Why did ancient humans wake up at night? Last night you probably woke up at some point. Maybe 2 a.m., maybe 3. You stared at the ceiling, frustrated, wondering why your body couldn't just let you sleep straight through. You probably thought something was wrong with you. But what if nothing was wrong? What if your body was doing exactly what it was designed to do? What if waking up at night isn't a malfunction? What if it's a memory? The oldest memory in the human body. Let's go back. 50,000 years ago, the sun goes down, and immediately the world transforms. The safe daytime world of visibility and warmth disappears, and something else replaces it. Darkness. Complete, total, absolute darkness. Not the darkness of your bedroom with light coming under the door. Real darkness. The kind where you open your eyes and see nothing. And in that darkness, things moved. Cave lions, spotted hyenas, saber-toothed cats, giant short-faced bears. All of them nocturnal. All of them hunting. All of them looking for exactly what you were, a meal. So here's the question. In a world that dangerous, how did ancient humans sleep? The short answer is, not the way you do. Not at all. Scientists who study sleep patterns in modern hunter-gatherer communities have discovered something that completely challenges everything we think we know about sleep. These communities, who live closest to the way ancient humans did, don't sleep in one long, unbroken block. They sleep in 2 separate periods, with a window of wakefulness in between. Historians call it segmented sleep, or biphasic sleep. And it turns out, it was the normal human sleep pattern for almost all of human history. The first sleep would begin shortly after dark, around 3 to 4 hours, deep, heavy, restorative. Then, in the middle of the night, people would naturally wake. Not from nightmares, not from noise, just wake. This middle period lasted anywhere from 30 minutes to 2 hours. And what happened during this time? Almost everything that made us human, around the fire, in that quiet middle darkness. Ancient humans talked, quietly, carefully, planning the next day's movements, sharing information about what they had seen, which direction the herd was moving, which water sources were drying up, which plants in this area were safe. Knowledge transferred in whispers around dying firelight. But there was another reason for this middle waking period, a more practical one. The fire. Fire was not optional. Fire was the single most important tool ancient humans had for surviving the night. It kept predators away. It kept the group warm. It provided light in the absolute darkness. And fire needs tending. Someone had to be awake to feed it, to keep it alive through the coldest, darkest hours. If the fire went out, the eyes in the darkness got closer. Someone waking in that middle period to check the fire, add wood, ensure the coals were alive, wasn't being a bad sleeper. They were doing one of the most important jobs in the group. There was also the watch. Not everyone woke at the same time. Research suggests ancient groups likely operated in staggered sleep patterns, some sleeping while others were awake, never leaving the camp in a state of total unconsciousness. Because a camp where every single person was deeply asleep was a camp that was completely vulnerable. And ancient humans knew it. The person who woke at 2 a.m. and sat alert by the fire, watching the darkness, listening to the sounds beyond the firelight, was not suffering from insomnia. They were doing their shift, keeping the group alive. There's actual scientific evidence for how deeply this pattern is embedded in our biology. In 1992, a psychiatrist named Thomas Ware conducted a fascinating experiment. He took a group of volunteers, removed all artificial light from their environment, and let their bodies decide when to sleep. Within weeks, every single participant shifted to the same pattern. First sleep, middle waking period. Second sleep, without being told, without any cultural instruction. Their bodies simply remembered. And during that middle waking period, something else remarkable happened. The participants reported a unique mental state. Not quite awake, not quite asleep. Deeply calm. Almost meditative. Scientists measured their brain activity during this period and found it resembled the state achieved by experienced meditators. Ancient humans in this state weren't lying awake anxious. They were experiencing something closer to a natural trance, a period of profound mental rest even while conscious. Some historians believe many ancient spiritual experiences, visions, and insights happened during exactly this period, the quiet middle hours, when the fire was low and the stars were bright, and the boundary between the waking world and the dreaming world felt thin. Now here's the part that will genuinely change how you think about your own sleep. Artificial light destroyed all of this, not quickly, gradually, as candles became cheaper, as gas lamps lit city streets, as electric light finally made darkness optional. Humans slowly, without realizing it, began pushing the two sleeps together into one, staying up later, waking later, compressing what had once been a natural biological rhythm into a single 8-hour block that our bodies had never evolved to perform. And the result? The epidemic of insomnia that defines modern life. The 2 a.m. ceiling staring. The middle of the night wakefulness that feels wrong. That we take pills to suppress. That we build entire industries around trying to eliminate. None of it is wrong. All of it is ancient. Think about the last time you woke at 3 a.m. and couldn't get back to sleep. Your body wasn't malfunctioning. Your body was remembering a world where that wakefulness had a purpose, where it kept the fire burning, where it watched the darkness for the eyes that watched back, where it shared quiet words with the person sitting next to you, where it existed in that soft, meditative space between sleeping and waking, that your ancestors experienced every single night, for tens of thousands of years. We have electric lights now. We have heated homes. We have alarm systems and locked doors and no predators outside. We don't need the midnight watch anymore. But our bodies haven't gotten the message. They're still doing their shift, still tending the fire that no longer needs tending, still watching the darkness for dangers that no longer exist. Because 50,000 years of programming doesn't disappear in a few generations of electric light. So next time you wake at 2 a.m., don't reach for your phone. Don't lie there fighting your own biology. Just lie still, breathe. Let your body do what it was built to do. Because that restlessness you feel, that quiet alertness in the dark, is the most ancient thing about you. It kept your ancestors alive. For 50,000 years, it still remembers.